Hello and welcome to Double Talk once again. I am Mark Steffen.
And once again, actually continuously, I've been Michael Mandel. It's not like once again.
Have you?
Still, yes, I've been continuous. Even though, you know, your body changes atoms every 7 years.
Yeah, apparently you never get tired of it, do you?
No. It's my atoms.
Well, here we are.
Yes.
We talk about Las Cruces primarily on this show.
Do we?
Things that are going on and going in and going out of Las Cruces. And we'll do the same thing today.
Why do we pick on this city you call Las Cruces? What do you have against this particular city?
Who says I have anything against it?
Well, you're always talking about it. It seems like you're a big gossip about the city.
Ground for
you
it.
have your ear to the ground.
So that my ear is against the ground of
Yes.
Pearce City. And so that's why they say,
What do you hear?
Go with what you know.
What do you hear?
So we're going with what we know about Las Cruces.
What do we know?
And what we know for so far is, you know, because of the Sequester, White Sands Missile Range is going to start furloughing civilian employees, as was predicted and promised.
They did it to Fort Bliss, and they did it to the federal public defenders starting at the beginning of the year.
Here in Las Cruces, yes.
So I know somebody who's losing like 14% of their salary.
14%?
Just like that.
I see.
Yes.
So if the public defenders aren't there to defend
the public,
criminals.
They're the public. Yes.
They're the public.
Then what happens then?
And what happens? Or does that mean that
they just pile up in the prisons?
Cases are going to back up and they won't be trying those cases?
You know, actually what usually happens is since they don't have enough people because the government isn't paying the people who are supposed to be doing it, then they have to get outside attorneys to do it.
And they charge
So they're
more.
still charging, but it comes from a different pocket.
It's unbelievable. So, yeah.
The sequester is going to knock out people here. What does that mean for Las Cruces?
Well, it means less income because people will have less money to spend in Las Cruces who work at White Sands. Now, you used to work at White Sands.
Well,
you used to drive through the gate that we have a picture of.
Do we have a picture of that gate? I used to love that, especially when they used to call you sir. You used to go, yes, sir, yes, sir. I hate it when they call me ma'am, but, you know, then I got my hair cut.
But you get used to it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And you used to drive through that gate?
So if people are going to be losing money from White Sands who live here, then the entire town will be doing less.
We will suffer. There will be less sales tax.
Do you realize that
tax?
In the past couple of weeks, Japan's economy has grown because the leadership there has decided that the federal government should be helping them out, and so in the last couple of weeks or days, the Japanese market has gone up. They finally have some sort of economic growth there, which they haven't seen for the last 20 years. So by putting money into the people through the government, you end up everybody getting money. If you don't pay people to work, then you don't get those taxes back. All the government does is recirculate the money that they're eventually getting. So it's sort of like an artificial heart.
Well, it's the money they print in the first place.
They keep pumping the money. If the corporations don't go out there and hire people if they don't have to, and to make money, they don't have to do it. It's not the corporation's responsibility. I know I said this on my Facebook thing. Had you been reading it, corporations are not responsible to create jobs. They're merely there to create profit for their CEOs and the shareholders.
Yeah,
so the government is only responsible to give jobs to people, and they can do it by creating money.
By creating money?
Yeah, he just said they created money.
They do, but how does that create jobs?
Because they hire people.
Who does?
The government. White Sands hires people.
Well, yes.
People who aren't even in the military. A lot of the military people in El Paso are being sequestered.
Well, most of the people being furloughed are civilians who work there.
Yes.
Yes. And it's all because of the congressional sequestration that took effect because Congress didn't because Congress didn't do their job.
No, because they never voted on a budget.
That's right.
They never agreed on a budget. So they have to ride horses. That's why it's called the sequestration. Oh, no,
that's equestration, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Well, we may be back in the horse and buggy days if this goes on much longer.
It seems like we're going backwards. So Congress, come on, vote on a budget, agree, do something strong for a second. You know, they are spending time now trying to knock out Obamacare. They're doing the vote, the 37th vote to knock out Obamacare.
Why would anybody want the health care anyway? If that's affordable.
Why should you give health care to everybody? Some people don't deserve health care. Well, that's some people's thought. You know, nowadays, even insurance, it's not so great for your health care. I don't see why people like the system we have now. With a system there, everybody gets covered with a nice, fair equation. It should work. And the reason they're trying to vote it down is because the guys who got voted in during the last election never got a chance to vote against it. So they're giving them a chance to vote against it.
Something's got to be done because the healthcare in this country is ranked 36th in the world.
Great.
And
there's only about 40
and it's not
countries.
getting any better. So only 40 countries?
Well, there might be more, but they're in
that have health care.
They don't count. Yeah,
right.
They don't matter. So the sequestration. Let's go that way.
That's true. Healthcare.
Budget, healthcare, Obamacare. Okay, if they didn't call it Obamacare, would you like it?
Let's call it. It's the Affordable Health Care Act.
Bush Care. Take care of your bush.
It's called the Affordable Health Care Act.
Affordable health care. It's affordable.
And, you know, a lot of people in Las Cruces would need it because now that we've hit 100,000 population.
100,000 people.
That's a lot of people to get sick and to need health care, isn't it?
It's about, yeah, and a lot of these people really, they've come to this city to do better, to be in a good economic place. We're doing fairly well. We're growing economically as well as in population. If the government,
We're the second largest city in the state.
Incredible.
Albuquerque's at 553,000.
Yeah, I like how Brooke Stockburger says, Albuquerque, watch out. For what?
Please,
we're barely nipping at their toes.
Than we are. But the third largest city, which is Rio Rancho, not Santa Fe.
No.
Rio Rancho's at 89,000.
And they were invented about 20 years ago.
Yes,
they came from nothing.
It's kind of a branch of Albuquerque, really.
Yes, it's a suburb, but Intel really grew them.
Yes, and yet we still can't get a Trader Joe's or a Whole Foods.
What do you have? You know, you said Trader Jose. It says Trader Jose. We can't even get a Trader Jose. Maybe we could get them to come in.
Trader Jose would be nice.
It's not coming in.
Santa Fe's got one. Albuquerque's got two of them.
That's 100,000 people right there.
Right there. They could be shopping at Trader Jose.
I think they're listening to that country music concert because they have American flags. So.
Well, that's
yes, they could all be going to Trader Jose. You know, we argued before, because we never like to argue on the show. We just argue before the show.
Yes.
About having Trader Joe's in town, and I'm saying that Trader Joe's doesn't come to town because the economic base is not great enough for them to come into town, because Trader Joe's actually does appeal to higher end clientele, whereas Las Cruces is pretty much a Walmart buying town. They go to Walmart.
Yes, I don't see Trader Joe's being any more expensive than Albertsons. Really?
Oh, I don't think they are. I think you get better things.
They're better deal. They have better selection.
They do.
So it's not a higher clientele.
But
if they came to town, they would help put Albertsons and Walmart out of business.
Isn't it also a matter? They wouldn't put Walmart out of business.
No, they wouldn't.
Okay.
But
I think it's a matter of taste. People like to go to Trader Joe's. They have a unique way of. What's that weird sound?
Gee, I don't know because I turned that off.
Trader Joe's has unique stuff, which is what I appreciate. They have great cheeses. They have good wines. They select their own wines.
Yeah, the great wine selection.
That's why people here like it.
They have their own brand, their own house brands too, which are good quality.
Mm-hmm. They make bread. They make, I don't know, they have frozen foods that nobody else has.
And they have a nice liquor department. Anyway, most people know about Trader Joe's, I guess, if you've been to other cities where they have it, from here all the way to the West Coast.
Here's my question. When the third Walmart is finally open, which is going to be
summer,
like July, are we going to start saying, we need a fourth Walmart? Because we need more places to get the stuff that Walmarts have.
And what's that? The same thing everybody else has.
That's right.
That they just put out
whatever
of business
most people
because
like.
they opened up in the neighborhood.
Oh, you mean Kmart? Oh, Kmart. God, that's a good one.
I mean all the mom and pop shops that used to sell the same thing Walmart sells but can't compete price-wise, unfortunately.
Although there are places where you can get some very interesting specialty things. Next to International Delight, there's Aiden's Market.
Oh, yeah, it's just the
ethnic
food market.
Yes, I bought a bottle of harissa. And on the way up Loman, there's that gas station that sells Indian spices.
Products.
That could be good.
I bought 2 cans of mango puree.
You couldn't puree your own mango, huh?
Didn't have any mangoes.
Oh.
Well, you can only get them at Pro Ranch Market, I think, right now.
Well, Pro Ranch Market helped to break into the Walmart buyers.
Yes, thankfully.
There's a little exoticness to it.
But one reason I think Las Cruces has reached the 100,000 population mark is all of the teen births that we have.
It's very possible.
We're one of the highest in the nation for teen births, unwed teens having babies having babies.
Babies having babies. We have the numbers for teenagers between 15 and 19, which isn't the entire gamut, because the gamut starts at 12, I would think.
And let's face it,
that's a shanda.
Most teenagers who have babies go on welfare. So we get to pay for their family instead of the father who's not present.
Usually.
Going out with a job.
And the girl has to sometimes give up her education for that, or her education's a little bit more difficult.
I don't think she would have had an education in the first place.
Well, she must have learned something at least.
She didn't finish high school. She had a baby.
Well, there are a lot of programs that are trying to keep pregnant teens in school.
Well, the alternative high school here has a child rearing place. You can bring your babies to school there, actually.
You said the word rear. Anyway, there was 79 births from every 1,000 teenagers in 2000 and
teenage girls.
Teenage girls, yeah, because very few men have been giving birth, which is part of the problem, I think. If men could give birth,
there would be hardly any kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there are 79 births per 1,000, but I think it's down to, 56. So the birth rate is down. Of course, we have more than 1,000, teenage girls. So that's quite a lot of little babies coming out.
Right, which you and I pay for, as it turns out.
Right.
And the grandmothers have to raise them.
That's what happens.
It's a shame.
It makes families stronger. Generationally.
Yes.
The middle drops out, and you never know.
Right, future gang members on the way.
Well, the thing to do is just to be safe in sex.
You've got to be safe.
Be safe.
Safe in life, safe in sex.
Is there a be safe?
Safe when you're around bees, in fact.
Be safe around bees.
Because
that's cute.
Bees are dangerous, especially if you're allergic to their venom.
Especially if they're Africanized bees. I said I wouldn't talk about Africanized bees, but...
Are you racist?
Yeah.
Because these Africanized bees, also known as killer bees, they're here in swarms. We find them around town.
They race to attack you.
They've attacked people several times. And when you find the bees...
If you see something like this, well, you're already too close, I think, for comfort. I think you're too close.
No, if you find a swarm or a hive...
Yes, honey?
Don't touch it. Don't go near it. You can call the fire department, but the fire department is not equipped or allowed to kill the bees or do anything with it.
It's not like it's called the bee department, is it?
No, they will assist you if you've been stung numerous times.
Oh yeah, they take you to the hospital and give you some Benadryl.
They can treat you. If you find a bee swarm, what you have to do is call the environmental department.
You don't want to be stung a couple of times. That's all I can say.
Or
even
dozens. Once. Ever been stung by a bee?
Once, and it cut short our vacation because I'm allergic to them.
Oh, you would be.
Yes, I'm allergic to everything. I would be.
So, if you find a bee swarm, call the environmental department and
stay away
report it.
Don't try to knock it down with it's not like a piñata, okay? It might look like a piñata, but it's not a piñata. So call the right person, probably a pest control place.
Well, if it's on your property, you can. I don't think you should necessarily kill them, but they can be relocated. Because, we have a bee shortage in this country.
So you call FEMA?
Bees are responsible for pollinating our plants. Without bees, we would all starve to death. Literally, Michael.
I wouldn't want that, because now we have to take a break so I can go eat. Because I haven't had food for 12 minutes?
Let's have some honey.
That sounds good.
We'll be right back after these short words.
Welcome to La Buena Vida Women's Club, located away from the crowds but close to home. Come in throughout the day for Jazzercise, the world's dance fitness leader for nearly 40 years. Treat yourself to a relaxing massage, or unwind in the lounge area or outside on the balcony with friends. La Buena Vida Women's Club, located and designed with women in mind. For information, call Diane at 650-9721.
Hey, you, come here. Do you want to know the news? We'll keep it right here.
Celebrate, celebrate, Fiesta Motors.
Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate Fiesta Motors, where buying a car is always a celebration.
And we're back to Double Talk, as we are every week, right here on Channel 98.
Speaking about stinging, you can sting your pet with a vaccination. That would be a good thing to do.
Yes.
That's a different type of getting pinched.
Yes, and at least something good is going into them.
That's right.
And you can get low-cost pet vaccinations today until 1 o'clock at Tractor Supply over there on Valley Drive and Picacho.
What's with that orange dog? Is that like a pumpkin dog?
No.
I mean, that's a weird-looking thing.
But isn't he cute?
Yeah, they're weird.
And you can also adopt them.
You can
over
adopt
there at
them and
Tractor
get
Supply.
Oh, so that's what the
and get a
pet
low-cost
thing is this week?
vaccination. You can also adopt downtown at the Farmers and Crafts Market until
there.
1 o'clock.
It's not going to be at Petco or wherever this week. It's just going to be at Tractor and Supply.
You can always go by Petco anyway
that.
and see what's going on.
You know, we give you so many opportunities to adopt pets, but what do? You just sit there and say, maybe I'll adopt a pet. Well, now's the time to go do it at the Tractor Supply thing, because they might be having sales on rugged outdoor clothes too.
That's right. Plus
which you will need if you go
and
play
besides
with bees.
the places we mentioned, you can always go up to the animal shelter and adopt dogs and cats there 6 days a week.
Every day except
Sunday, I think.
Oh, they're too busy on Sunday, right? They're too busy because it's a big day. So yes, go adopt some. You know, if your pets were always smiling, that would be great.
They're happy.
Do you tell pet jokes too? Do you tell your cat jokes?
I do.
You do?
I do, and she laughs.
I can imagine. Purr, ha ha, purr, ha ha. Is that it? Ha ha, purr.
I tell her if she doesn't, she's going to only have 8 lives. She doesn't laugh.
Well, poor it. Anyway, so Farmers Market till 1. What are we up to? Oh, you know, there are certain things that our government does do. They tried to get things done. Steve Pearce is now...
Who is Steve Pearce?
You didn't see me. He's the state representative from southern New Mexico.
No, he's not. Not the state representative.
He's the national representative.
He's the United States representative.
From the southern...
From District 2.
Yes.
Member of Congress.
Wasn't Eve Earhart running against him?
Yes, she was.
Remember her?
Evelyn Earhart was running against Steve Pearce. Steve Pearce won.
He did.
He had all the money.
Well, he's from the rich part of the state.
He is.
The East. And he wants to expand WIP. WIP is the waste, whatever, isolation
pilot plant.
Yes, where
outside of Carlsbad.
They're taking stuff that's radioactive from, where? From Los Alamos, I think.
From everywhere.
Not everywhere.
Research facilities. They take radioactive gloves that have been used. They take all kinds of items.
And they are burying that stuff underneath these, salt pockets?
In salt caverns deep beneath the surface.
And we'll be safe for at least the next 100,000 years.
We hope.
We should live so long to find out. Well, you eat well.
Yeah, well,
you stay away from aspartame.
As long as you're healthy.
You stay away from nuclear sources.
Well, that's the whole idea. That's the isolation part.
So yes, the idea is that he wants to expand the WIP program to other departments, and that's probably not bad.
What do you mean other departments?
Well, I think the Department of Energy is the only one who can use it now. One of those departments. Now he wants to get more departments that have radioactive material to contribute. So he's been busy doing that. He's been busy trying to stop us from having the land around Las Cruces turned into a federal
national monument.
But also, he did this week give out a prize to somebody from the New Mexico School of the Blind and Visually Impaired for being the best artist. And so
it's at the best blind artist.
Best blind or visually impaired artist.
Okay, yeah, visually impaired. I would hope they're not completely blind, because that would kind of negate the value of art. I would think.
I would imagine their color
art
sense.
is a visual medium.
You could do spatial things, I imagine, and
sculpture I can see perhaps.
Sculpture, you can see it. You could actually feel it.
I could see it because I'm not blind.
You could feel it and know what's going on.
He did give an award to a blind artist by the name of Caden Callahan.
Yes, and that picture will be going to Washington, D.C. to hang in the gallery there.
That's good. Now,
Yeah.
These days we have a phrase that you've heard it. If you see something, say something. You've heard that, in regards to terrorism and so forth.
Yes.
If you see something, say something. Of course, that slogan is something that will never be printed in Braille.
Yes. You see what I mean? People use
do.
language like that when, the term "see you later."
Yes.
People use that all the time.
Even blind. I've heard a blind guy say that.
See could be metaphorical because see
That's
is
true.
to be
Means
yes.
I'll encounter you later.
So if you sense something, say something.
Right.
Like a ticking bomb.
So Steve Pearce gave out the award. Steve Pearce also voted against the Farm Bill. He also voted against numerous veterans bills. Although he claims to be pro-veteran, he's voted against the veterans more than he's voted for them. I don't know why that is, Steve.
Well, he's getting a chance probably around now to vote against Obamacare.
Well, of course he voted for
He
about
hires
36
a lot of
times.
people. Yes, he's probably 36 times because
Yes.
that's how long it's been there. But let's get to something we do. Are we done?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because we love talking about food.
Yes.
That's our favorite thing.
Food
We
in
s-
restaurants.
We save that for the end because really that's the dessert of the show. It's got a cherry on top.
And well,
It's a cheese. Yeah, the nuclear stuff. It's There's a glowing mistake right there.
well, there was a restaurant here called Maria's, which didn't
Nobody
last
knew about that, did they?
No, they didn't. It's where Sarah's place used to be on North Solano, in an old Pickwick facility.
Oh yes.
And
That would
Sarah's
never
place
be.
was there about 5 years. Next thing I know, it's Maria's, and it was there, I don't know, just 2 or 3 months, I think, and it's already out of business. They come and they go in this town.
It's really cool. Remember where Lorenzo's near on Loman was, and then a Mexican place came in.
Yes.
The sign came in, and
That's still sitting
nobody
empty now,
went.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's empty.
Right? Yeah. Yet we're getting a new
What are we
Dunkin'
getting?
Donuts.
That should be coming up for those people who live near Maine.
Main Street. They're actually
North
building
Main.
it brick and mortar from the ground up there.
And they're planning
by
another
Albertsons.
one. Planning another one on Loman.
Dunkin' Donuts. We have that.
Dunkin' Donuts, you can get good, they advertise. We see the advertisements, but we don't have the place yet for the Dunkin' Donuts. You know how they advertise the English muffin with egg white thing?
I see.
And healthy, and I know you like ham and bacon, and you can get that with it with your egg white.
And now I understand we're going to be getting a second Dunkin' Donuts over, where's it going to be? On Loman.
Near Pioneer Bank.
Now, are they going to build it from the ground up or going to take on an existing
I think
spot?
they're just going to airlift it here.
I see. That might be a good idea.
Who knows?
We're also getting another chain restaurant called Five Guys Burgers. I've
Which-
never eaten in Five Guys Burgers, but they're down in El Paso, I know.
According to the Peanut Gallery, they're great. According to somebody in the Peanut Gallery, there's 5 guys working in there.
Really?
I don't really believe this.
Famous. Look at that
That's-
burger there. It's so big you can never get that in
It's so
your
big
mouth.
you can't even see where the
You have to
burger
smash
is.
it down.
Where's the burger?
I don't know. It's in there somewhere.
Fries look good.
Now, we've also got a Shiva Grill that I hear is open.
Yes, a friend of mine ate there.
Indian and Mediterranean food. Apparently, they don't have their act together yet. The food wasn't very good.
Based on our friend.
Based on someone you know who actually ate there.
So they have, no, that's a different friend than the 5 Guys. The 5 Guys,
Yes.
people love the 5 Guys. You don't
Your
eat,
other friend.
You don't eat burgers. I only have one friend, but they're schizophrenic, so it's okay. You don't eat burgers.
I don't eat beef burgers.
Beef
No.
burgers. Do you think 5 Guys will have other
Turkey
burgers,
burgers?
like chicken burgers? How come they don't make chicken burgers?
Turkey
Did you ever
burger.
have a chicken burger?
Yes, I have had a chicken burger because I made it myself.
Did you chop up the chicken, or you just do a slab of chicken on a bun?
It's ground chicken.
How about buffalo burgers? Would you do that?
I don't eat red meat. You know that.
Well, if you put it under, a black light, it's not red
No,
anymore.
no. You know what I mean.
And you take all the bad stuff out.
Now-
pick on.
Now we've also got
White
another
meat.
There's another place opening. I don't know if it's a chain called Sweet
It is a
Cece's.
chain. Yes, it's. My wife has been waiting for this for a long time because
Oh.
she loves the places where you go in. You get your container, and you just put stuff in your
Oh.
container, and then you put all sorts of.
Yogurt or what?
It's like frozen yogurt,
Ice
different
cream?
flavors, different
like a
flavors.
buffet.
Yeah, and you put. I'm reluctant to call them ice cream condiments, but they're condiments, like
That's true.
sprinkles and fruit and stuff like that.
true.
There is cheese condiments. If you go to Mario Batali's restaurants,
Oh, yes, yes.
he gives you cheese platters and you get cheese condiments. How come we don't have any,
Good restaurants? Chains?
How come?
Well, we only have 100,000 people.
We are getting quite a lot. Genghis Grill is
It'll be opening
nearing
in the
completion.
fall sometime.
Somebody told me that Panda Express was good.
Oh, really?
Yes. You
I
look
see.
dubious.
I am. I've eaten Panda Express.
Look, doesn't he look dubious?
I was accidentally recently had to go into Denny's because they were the only thing open at that hour.
Then why'd you bother?
Well, they're open 24 hours. Now I know why, because the service is so slow. They have to be open 24 hours. And the service is slow, even if you're a white person.
Are you?
Yeah, and
okay.
even I got
that.
slow service.
How'd they know?
So,
Well, IHOP is now open.
the second IHOP is open, and it's going to be right near the Country Music Fest. I think part of that's going on at the convention center, isn't it?
You think that, but that's because you don't read the newspapers.
Oh.
The Country Music
something
Fest is
going on
going
there.
I don't know where it's. I know where it's going to be because I have tickets
Part
for
of it's
tonight.
downtown.
It's downtown. You get your tickets. Last night was what is it? Little Texas, and they were very good. And I would assume because the paper said they're very good.
Wait a minute. Is downtown right on the street? You can't just walk
in the
up and
street.
listen?
No, they will shoot you. They're country people.
It's going to be cordoned off?
They're country, yes, and if you're outside,
You can still hear it.
No, they're going to put earplugs in anybody who's not near.
No, they're not. Don't.
You think you
listen
can hear
to
them?
it. What?
They're going to put. See, you're not the school for the orally impaired. They are going to
Orally
have
impaired?
AUR. They're going to have 1,500 people in the street watching. That's a lot of people.
Who says they are?
That's what the paper said.
Oh, okay.
That's more than 1% of our population.
Okay.
So that's a lot of population.
So it'll be a nightmare downtown.
What is that a
what
picture
you're
of?
saying? People watching
Two
country
guys.
music.
It looks like two people waiting to get beamed
And Bree
up by a
Bagwell's going to be
spaceship.
there, isn't she?
She is a Las Cruces native. She went to Mayfield High.
She's a fairly
and then she
well-known
became
country
famous.
star.
Yes, I think she's
there.
headlining tonight. You could probably still buy tickets probably online. I think they're $20 online, $25 at the
gate.
We can't say door, can we?
Well,
If
door
it's
is
outside.
At the
yeah.
entrance.
At the swinging gate, as the guy who's keeping you from hearing them.
Yes, now let's hope it doesn't rain.
Let's see,
Although we certainly could use some rain like we had last
bring
week.
my umbrella.
Because we're in a drought.
We are in a drought.
We're in the midst of a severe drought because we have climate change happening.
Whose fault is that?
Well, I'm not going to...
The dinosaurs, I think.
I'm not going to point
dinosaurs.
fingers.
It's the dinosaurs' fault because the dinosaurs created gasoline, which is what's causing pollution, which is changing everything.
Well, what I'm here to recommend is that people zero-scape their lawns instead of dumping precious water on their grass and trees.
This is an example of xeriscaping. Don't you have a lot of grass in your lawn?
Use native plants that belong here. Bermuda grass and mulberry trees don't belong in this desert.
It's sad.
They were brought here by a horrible mistake, and we need to honor our desert vegetation. So zero-scape your lawns, and you'll save a lot of money with
Thanks
your water.
for the hint. And I'm not going to drink water anymore because it takes up the water. I think vodka or gin
Save your water
looks like
to
water.
drink, and you can mix it with fire water if you must.
Well, club soda.
Yes, but with that, we're going to have to say goodbye for another episode of Double Talk. Michael, it's been a thrill, as always.
I was a little bit chilly too.
And so, folks, be sure to join us next week right here on Double Talk.